wanted to talk about some of the things that we use to sub in our recipes. You know, I said, well, we find a recipe and then we talk about what to substitute. So here are some of the things that we talk about substituting. Flour. You need to use a flour alternative when you are baking keto to cut your carbs. Almond and coconut flour are the most common used ones. We have tested a few other ones. Some of the other ones are a little more gritty, seedy for the lack of better words. It's just not grind as fine. So we stick mainly to almond and coconut flour, and they're easier to get. Sometimes some of those specialty nuts flours can be like you got to order them online and all that kind of stuff. We already have to order some of this stuff online, so we like to try to keep some of the other stuff with our local GFS. So almond flour, we noticed that most of the time you can do a 1-to-1 substitute. There's not really any issues. I know that some people say to cut the almond flour down when you're baking, but we have not had issues usually with using it as a 1-to-1 ratio. Coconut flour, absolutely, you need to reduce the amount of coconut flour by over half. So it does kind of depend on your recipe. So a lot of times we start with the almond flour and then move to coconut flour. My mom doesn't like almond flour. She doesn't like almond extract. She just doesn't like the way it makes things taste. So, I mean, we are doing a lot of here's the coconut, here's the almond. And that's why we make most of our products in both of them, because my mom can eat the keto friendly products because they are diabetic friendly, and so she likes to make them with coconut versus the almond flour. So that is a preference. Coconut flour does leave everything with a slight coconutty flavor. So if you don't like coconutty flavor, you might want to start with the almond flour. With that being said, I use both because honestly, I don't really care. They taste the same to me, but a lot of people, they do not. Now, I say almond and coconut flour taste the same, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Oils and extracts. I'm super sensitive to extracts. I'm not a huge fan of them. We tried to avoid them as much as we can in baking, which is not always possible. Obviously, we use vanilla extract and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, fruits kind of mess with me a bit. Like I'm like, oh, that tastes like extract. I don't eat suckers. I don't eat candy for those reasons. I'm like, this does not really taste like an orange. Like what? But when you're doing keto friendly products, a lot of times you need to look at possibly using an oil and extract for some of your favorite types of flavorings. So we might use more lemon extract and less lemon zest because lemon zest has more carbs. And so it's like a little balance that we use where we're using some extract to help bring out the flavor of the zest and stuff like that, depending on what our recipe is. We have a lemon keto muffin, and it does have lemon extract in it, but it does have some lemon in it too, but it's just to help enhance that lemon flavor without all those carbs. So extracts and oils are definitely something that you want to look into depending on what kind of flavors that you're looking for. You can do some fresh fruits, so there are some no-nos on there and things like that, and so it's just this balancing act that you have to do when it comes to making some of your fruits. Lily's chocolate chips. I love them. I eat them out of the bag. I am so guilty of buying a bag and like literally eating handfuls of Lily's chocolate chips. They do have some keto friendly. They are made with sugar alcohol, and so I love them. And they have dark chocolate. I have not tried the milk chocolate yet. I've only sat and ate dark chocolate, but I like dark chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead and get some milk chocolate. I hadn't seen the milk chocolate before. I just recently started seeing the milk chocolate roll out, so we are gonna start tasting those. But Lily's chocolate chips, that is definitely something that you're gonna use in your baking products. You can't necessarily just run to the store and buy them. You do need to do a little bit of research when it comes to it. I would always check first before running out to the store to see if it's at your local store, because I have done that before and guess what? They weren't there. So just an FYI. Swerve is a sugar substitute. It has a granulated sugar, confectioner sugar, and brown sugar. They sub 1-to-1 ratio. They work really, really well for us. We enjoy them a lot. I bake with them a lot. As a matter of fact, I made some whipped cream the other day. My daughter and I did with them, and it was really good. So Swerve is something that we use all the time. Swerve is not something that you can easily get either at like a GFS or buy in bulk. So it is something that you have to get at a local grocery store. I just highly suggest you check, make sure it's in stock before you go, because again, I've gone there and can't find one of the 3 that I need. The other things that we use for substitute is we look at sour cream, heavy cream, and half to sub for some of the other milks, buttermilks, things like that it's asking for. So that's kind of how we take a recipe. That's what we're using when we are trying to substitute some of the ingredients and things like that. We do have a variety of muffins, cookies, cupcakes, and candy that we offer on our website. In the description, you can find a link so that you can go check out and see what we offer and what you could order if you're interested in getting some keto products. If you are not following us on Facebook, but you watched our video, that's totally weird. You should be liking us and following us on Facebook. We are on other social media too. It's at Perfectly Pastry on all the other social media. Facebook is the only one that's Perfectly Pastry Bakery. I did talk about pricing and that we always check our pricing and make sure it's within thresholds. If you're not sure about pricing in your business and you're like, I don't feel like I have a really good handle on that, I suggest you check out our description and sign up for our pricing, our free pricing e-course. In there, we pretty much show you, tell you, give you the information on how we price our products. We are very meticulous in the way that we price our products. My mom was in accounting for 20 years, and trust me, we have our pricing under control, and we know that we do. We confidently know that we have our pricing under control. And so we highly suggest you sign up for that. It is free. It is in the description if you're interested in signing up for that. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of the week.